Hi guys, before Boris Johnson resigned in order to avoid facing the music from the Privileges Committee, there were 3 accusations against him. 1, that he had lied to Parliament on a number of occasions. 2, that he had misled the Privileges Committee when providing evidence to it. And 3, that he, along with others, attempted to intimidate members of that committee. Those others have now been named. They are Jacob Rees-Mogg, Nadine Dorries, Priti Patel, Michael Fabricant, Brendan Clarke-Smith, Andrea Jenkyns and Goldsmith. I'll show you some examples in just a moment, but it's important to remember that the Privileges Committee has no teeth and they can't punish MPs. That's up to Parliament. So it'd be interesting to see if Rishi Sunak and the Leader of the House, Penny Mordaunt, will do anything. My thinking is probably not, as Sunak keeps talking about moving on from this. So some examples. On the 15th of June, Dorries said, "We also need to keep a close eye on the careers of the Conservative MPs that sat on that committee. Do they suddenly find themselves on chicken runs into safe seats? Gongs? Were promises made? We need to know if there were. Justice has to be seen to be done at all levels of this process." While Brendan Clarke-Smith said on the 9th of June, "Tonight we see the end result of a parliamentary witch hunt which has put a banana republic to shame. It is the people of this country who elect and decide their MPs. It's called democracy and we used to value it. Sadly, this no longer appears to be the case." Jacob Rees-Mogg said on the 22nd of March, "I think it makes kangaroo courts look respectable." Now most of these are attacks on the committee as a whole, but the former Home Secretary and Boris Johnson fan went a bit further. Priti Patel on the 16th of March said, "How can a handful of members of Parliament in a committee, really be that objective in the light of some of the individuals' comments that have been made? I don't want to name people, but it's a fact. The lack of transparency, the lack of accountability. I think there's a culture of collusion, quite frankly, involved." Remember, this is just a sample. Now, these people attempted to undermine the committee and turn the public against both it and the members of it. They use social media where they have huge followings, and they in some cases appear to have been paid by right-wing newspapers in the process too. These MPs need to resign from Parliament. Some are already standing down at the next election for different reasons. Or Rishi Sunak, who doesn't have a spine, needs to grow one and have the whip removed from them. But I doubt either will happen. It just goes to show that we, and everyone knows, that Boris Johnson lied to the House of Commons. But his fans in the media and in Parliament are willing to intimidate those who are trying to hold him to account. Let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think about all of this. As always, your comments are greatly appreciated. Thanks a lot.